Chapter 8. The Clock. Lesson 1. A day has 12 hours. A night has also 12 hours. A day and a night have 24 hours. An hour has 60 minutes, and a minute has 60 seconds. How many hours does a day have? It has 12 hours. How many hours do a day and a night have? A day and a night have 24 hours. How many minutes are there in an hour? There are 60 minutes in an hour. How many seconds are there in a minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute. An hour is a long time. A second is a short time. On the wall in Mr. Moore's house, there is a clock. The clock has a face with 12 figures on it. 1 is a figure, 3 is a figure, 11 is a figure. There are also 2 hands on the clock, a long hand and a short hand. The hands of the clock give the time. The short hand gives the hours, and the long hand gives the minutes. Where is Mr. Moore's clock? It is on the wall in his house. What does the clock do? The clock gives the time of the day. The short hand gives the hours, and the long hand gives the minutes. Is there no hand to give the seconds? Yes, on the face of the clock there is another small face with figures and a very small hand. Are the figures also very small? Yes, they are very small. Baby is very young. She is only 6 months old. Is Mr. Moore very old? No, he is not. He is 36 years old. A second is a very short time. A watch is smaller than a clock. Mr. Moore has a watch, and Mrs. Moore has a very small watch on her arm, but Thomas and Lucy have no watches. They are too young to have watches. Mr. Moore gave Mrs. Moore her watch when she was 25 years old. The day when she was 25 years old was her birthday. Her birthday is on the 29th of October. Thomas's birthday is on the 26th of July. On his birthday, his parents gave him some books and a football. Does Mrs. Moore have a watch? Yes, Mr. Moore gave Mrs. Moore a watch on her birthday when she was 25 years old. Does Thomas have a football? Yes, his parents gave him a football on his birthday. In 2 years, when he is 14 years old, his father will give him a watch on his birthday. When he is 14, he will have a watch. His father will not give him a watch when he is 13 years old. The children will go to school tomorrow. They will read their books, and they will write with pens or pencils. When it is Thomas's birthday, he will be 13 years old. Lucy will be 11 years old on her birthday. Baby will be 1 year old on her birthday. Tomorrow the children will be at school. The parents will not be at school. They will be in the house. After school, the children will be in the garden. When will Thomas be 14 years old? He will be 14 in 2 years. When is Lucy's birthday? Lucy's birthday is on the 16th of March. When is Mr. Moore's birthday? His birthday is on the 13th of July. When is the baby's birthday? Her birthday is on the 10th of June. Where will the children be tomorrow? Tomorrow they will be at school. When will the baby be 1 year old? She will be 1 year and 6 months. Lucy will be 14 in 4 years. Mrs. Moore will be 35 in 3 years. Lesson 2. When the short hand is at the figure 2 and the long hand at the figure 12, it is 2 o'clock. When the short hand is at 3 and the long hand at 12, it is 3 o'clock. When the short hand is at 3 and the long hand at 11, it is 5 minutes to 3. When the long hand is at 1 and the short hand at 3, it is 5 minutes past 3. What time is it when the short hand is at 4 and the long hand at 3? Then it is 4:15. What time is it when the short hand is at 5 and the long hand at 9? Then it is 4:45. What time is it when the long hand is at 5 and the short hand is between 1 and 2? Then it is 25 minutes past 1. What time is it when the long hand is at 6 and the short hand is between 5 and 6? Then it is 5:30. Half an hour is 30 minutes. A quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. At what time do the children go to school? They go to school at 9 o'clock. They go to school at 9. How long are the children at school? They are at school from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, from 9 to 4. They are at school from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock they go to their houses. Then they go to school at 2 o'clock and are there from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. At what time do the children go home from school? They go home from school at 4 o'clock, at 4. Their father is not at home when they come from school, but their mother is at home. Their father comes home at 5:30. Then all the people in the family are at home. When the children are at school, they are away from home. They are away from home from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. They are away from home for 5 hours. Mr. Moore goes away from home at 8:30 and comes home at 5:30. He is away from home for 9 hours every day. He is at home for 15 hours. The children are at home for 19 hours. When does Mr. Moore come home? He comes home at 5:30. What time is it when Mr. Moore comes home? It is 5:30. How long is he away from home every day? He is away for 9 hours. How long are the children away? They are away from home for 5 hours. On Sundays, they are all at home. In summer, the children play for 2 hours in the garden, but at 6:30, it is time for the children to read their school books. Where are Thomas and Lucy when they read their school books? Then they are in the house. When is it time to go to school? It is time to go to school at 9 o'clock. When is it time to come in from the garden? It is time to come in from the garden at 6:30. What do the children do when they come in from the garden? They read their school books.